I can talk now? All right. Hey, Sean Lay, what can I? Yeah, we're at some neighborhood event. Thank you, sir.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Channel 50, channel 62, you good? All right, cool. Audio's clean? All right, cool. Cool. I'm clipping audio.
Get back this side, Michelle. Get back this side. Everywhere. Not that side, this side. Thank you.
How's everybody today?
It is a great day, isn't it? For November? Yeah. Tell you, the Lord know how to show up and show out, don't he? We ready? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tamara Fontaine Hardy, and I'm the director of the City of Detroit's Housing and Revitalization Department's Neighborhood Services Division. I would like to welcome and thank you for joining us this exciting and beautiful November day as we announce and celebrate, yes, celebrate the first 34 recipients of our new Neighborhood Beautification Program. Can we give them a hand, please? Earlier this summer, on a 90-degree day, if you all were there, we opened applications for block clubs, nonprofits, and neighborhood associations to apply for grants of $500 to $15,000 from the city that can be used to beautify their communities and make Detroit a more beautiful place to live. These grants can be used for cleanup activities, putting in a community garden, or creating beautiful public activity and spaces. These 34 recipients represent organizations in every single city council district. This is a program that is making a difference in every corner of the city. And it is also one way that the city is helping those groups help turn blight to beauty. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce the Honorable Mayor of Detroit, Mike Duggan. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad to be here in one of my favorite blocks in the entire city. If you had been here 5 or 6 years ago, burned out, abandoned houses, this was as depressing a block as there was in the city of Detroit. And of course, we went through and did a good job in demolition, but demolition is only a first step. It does help with the crime, but it doesn't get us to beauty. And in this neighborhood, we have a remarkable man you're about to meet by the name of Tharman Lagan, who had an idea. And so we have sold almost 25,000 side lots to next door neighbors. We wanted to make sure that the land in the land bank went to Detroiters. And if you own the house next door, we could sell you the side lot. But then the question became, what happened when you have no neighbor to sell a side lot to? And we had different community groups come forward and say, I want to take a lot of lots and develop them together. And as long as it was being driven by the neighbors who live there, the land bank figured out how to turn over those lots. I don't know that anybody has been more successful than Mr. Lagan, but what he was doing here was really the model that we wanted to use for the city. He managed to get donations through his own resourcefulness, but we said, what if city grants were available to neighborhood groups across Detroit to do the same kind of thing? Maybe not an entire block, but 4 or 6 or 8 lots. Council member Mary Sheffield, at the time, now President Mary Sheffield, proposed funding part of it with the income taxes that the Pistons and the visiting NBA players would pay when they played in the city of Detroit. And then last year we supplemented it with money from the American Rescue Plan and President Biden. So now we've got $2.25 million, and we said to groups in this city, if you want to make a parklet, you want to create a community garden, you want to create open space, come forward. We'll turn the land bank property over to you and then give you a grant to get started. And today, Tamara and the team have just done an outstanding job. The first 34 grants are being announced today. 35 places in the city where vacant lots are being turned to beauty. And you're going to get a chance here to hear this remarkable story. Scott Benson, I think, spends as much time on this block as anybody. He has been a passionate fighter for this organization from the beginning. And I'm really pleased that this was a case where the mayor and the council can work together. And certainly, Mary Sheffield's original plan in the Neighborhood Improvement Fund got us started. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to the council president, Mary Sheffield.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, and good morning.
Good morning.
Great morning. It's a beautiful day shining down on us here in the city of Detroit. It's always a good day when we are in the neighborhoods of our great city, neighborhoods in which Detroiters take pride in. They spend so much of their time and dedicate so much of their resources and just work to improving the quality of life in their communities. And I think that this is just what we should be doing as city government, is uplifting their work, elevating their work, and providing resources so that they can spread the work that they're doing throughout their communities. The Neighborhood Beautification Program is partially funded, as the mayor mentioned, by the the Neighborhood Improvement Fund, which was a fund that was created based on the income tax of the players at the Detroit Pistons facility. And during the negotiations, when we were having those at the time, community will always say, well, what about us? We are okay with the development that is happening downtown, but we would like to see it benefit us. And so the Neighborhood Improvement Fund was created solely with the neighborhood in mind, to provide resources to elevate the work that they are doing. I truly believe that our organizations, our nonprofits, are trusted voices within our communities. They know that the diverse needs that are happening within our communities. And this is a way for us to just give back and to uplift them. And so I just want to say thank you to every single organization, every single nonprofit that every single day does not just complain, does not carry on about what is not happening in their community, but they create the visions, they create the plans, and they are active participants in revitalizing our communities. And this is a way to honor you, to uplift you, and to say thank you for the work that you are doing. We know that neighborhoods play a critical role in the revitalization of our city, and we thank you all for stepping in. Oftentimes, government can't do it all by ourselves, and it's because of you all that are helping us create a sustainable city and revitalizing our community. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am so honored to have played a role in championing the Neighborhood Improvement Fund and to make this a reality for your visions and your plans to come true. And so with that being said, I want to turn it over now to my colleague and my partner who, as the mayor mentioned, loves this community and this neighborhood, and I know has played a huge role in us getting to where we are today, Councilmember Benson.
Good afternoon, everybody. And thank you, Council President, and thank you, Mayor Duggan, and thank you, Rescue My Nature Now. And so being here in the community here on Derby just reminds me of how far we've gone and how these resources have now been able to be leveraged. And so the brainchild of Council President to now, where we're actually putting resources back into our community as a direct result of activity that's happening downtown. That's a great way to help revitalize our neighborhood. And then when you look at what's going on right here at Derby Street, if you, as the mayor said, if you were here 10 years ago, you have seen a 180-degree destroyer turn. And that's a nautical term. That means you got a big ship that turns itself all the way around. That takes a whole lot of energy and effort, and that's what's happened here now. And so if you look at the house to our right over here, if you look at the beehives just to the rear of us, if you look that we have volunteers and Rescue My Nature Now staff who are the actual apiaries who are also selling bee pollen, who are selling produce from the gardens that are here, that are maintained by staff and their volunteers. they are making it happen in our neighborhoods. They've also now leveraged our grant opportunity to bring further investment into their community. And this is something that is replicable around the city of Detroit and throughout the nation, frankly. And they're doing it here, they're doing it successfully, and they're leveraging the resources from the city of Detroit. And so just as Council President said, not having complaints, not belly aching about it, making it happen. You know what? We have 25 vacant lots. We can turn those into revenue-producing beautification opportunities in our neighborhood. That vacant house, let's turn that into a home where we can put a new senior into that house. Let's get some bicycles for our seniors. Let's work with the community and make sure that they are active and great community citizens as well. And we've worked with the police department. We've worked to make sure that corporate neighbors that weren't so nice are now nice. And so it is always an honor and a privilege to work with my community groups. But one of my favorite, not the favorite, got a lot of favorites, but one of my favorites is Rescue My Nature Now because of what they've done, what they continue to do, and how they are creatively impacting and enhancing their community and their neighborhood. So it gives me great honor to bring up Thurman Lagan, who is a president of Rescue My Nature Now Incorporated.
Good afternoon. My name is Thurman Lagan Jr., and I am the president and CEO of Rescue My Nature Now. And I grew up in District 3 here, right on Derby Street. And we come back visiting one day and seen a lot of blight and said, you know what, let's do something about it. And we formed a youth group with the help of my treasurer, Broderick Wilkes, and Sanida Flores, our vice president. And of course, with the help of the city of Detroit, Kayana Sessoms, District 3's manager. We cleaned up this district and we beautified it, and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. The mayor has supported our project from the beginning, as well as Councilman Benson, and we just gathered a plan and decided to take action. We then gathered corporate support and corporate sponsors, and I'll just name a few: Sterling Group and Huntington Bank Shares, which did not hesitate to contribute to the vision that we had presented to them. The house that you see just here behind you is going to operate as a community hub, which Rescue owns now and has been renovating from the land bank's inventory for about a year now. This project will resemble and show an opportunity for Detroiters, particularly our youth and our seniors, how to prepare produce and herbs that are coming out of the garden. So that's going to feature a culinary studio, okay? Thank you. Also, a pollinator studio to explain the benefit and why pollinator habitats are important and the benefits that they bring to us as a humanity. It's vitally important that we plant trees and protect these habitats and remove the invasives that are destroying other habitats from thriving. So there's no other opportunity than to educate the youth on these processes and coaching them and allowing them to deliver it to the community. And that's just exactly what they've done. From our youth that range from 12 years old to 24 years old. And they've worked together diligently weekends and weekdays after school to provide the beautification that we see here today. On this property, you'll see there's over 50 trees that are 20 feet in height. That is, again, thanks to our friends at Sterling Group, who installed those trees because they identified the importance of neighbors having trees. So that's a good neighbor program. That's something that we should adopt in the city of Detroit, as well as incorporating our youth and our seniors to enjoy these spaces. Because if you're not getting outside and enjoying nature, you're just doing paperwork, and that's boring. Nobody wants to do paperwork all day. So we've got to get outside and educate and enjoy these spaces, and bring in our friends at U of M Dearborn. And I'd like to thank Andrew for his dedication and hard work. Andrew, raise your hand. These youth deserve to be noticed because they're driving here using their gas money, their time on the weekends to install these beautification treatments. So it's important that we acknowledge them in their efforts. And without Dr. Paul Draus, I wouldn't have Andrew. Thank you, Dr. Paul Draus. So again, we're working tirelessly day and night to bring beautification models like this so that we can bring them all around the city and everyone in the city can enjoy them, not just this community. Everyone deserves to be in nature. Everyone deserves to have mental clarity, and that's just what nature provides. And that's just exactly what this funding opportunity provides for the city of Detroit. So again, I'd like to thank Mary Sheffield, President Mary Sheffield, for all her effort in making this possible, as well as the Detroit Pistons, as well as the community, because we wouldn't be able to provide and deliver this without them. So we have some of our community members standing behind us. We have volunteers standing behind us that drive. As far as Farmington, we've got folks here from all over Michigan. This is a Michigan effort to rescue our nature now. So at this time, I'd like to introduce one of our star players, been with us since he was 9 years old. He deserves his own stage. Jacob Williams. Come on up, Jacob.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jacob Williams, and I've been here for about 4 years now. And working here was an experience. I learned a lot over the years I've been here. I learned about finance and also how to work in the garden, how to plant, and multiple other things. Working here was a very good experience. I got to invite one of my best friends to come work with me. It made working here a lot easier. And I want to thank Thurman and my uncle and everyone else for the opportunity of being here. Thank you.
With that, I'd like to thank each of you for all the work that has been done for the city of Detroit. For all you've done for Detroit and your community, this is wonderful. And to the youth, you know, this is how you bring our youth up, right? And so I wanted to mention that the application process for the next round of the Neighborhood Beautification Program will open early next year. February is what we're looking at right now. And we will, of course, let the media and residents know when they are open and they can apply. But you will be able to apply at www.waynemetro.org. And my Wayne Metro partners are here. I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to all of the Wayne Metro partners. I may be the one standing here, but I didn't do this work by myself. So with that, I'd like to thank even my department and the people who work with me every day, that would be Carrie Batinger and Sam Coons and Carmel Reeves. We worked very hard along with Wayne Metro to release this application and to get it open, and I am so proud of the work that we've done collectively as a team. So with that, I'm going to close and ask if there, for the press conference, do we have any questions about the Neighborhood Beautification Program? Oh, wow. That's awesome. So we have no questions. With that, I'm going to close the press conference, and we look forward to speaking with each of you. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to Wayne Metro. Jordan Malka is here, along with Michelle Robinson, or you can reach out to the City of Detroit. That would be myself, Tamara Fontaine-Hardy, Carrie Batinger, or Sam Coons, or Carmel Reeves. And thank you again to Mayor Duggan, to Donald Rencher, and to Julie Schneider, who are my leaders at the City of Detroit, who made this possible. Thank you.